Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Braintree High School for today's Bay State Conference match between visiting Milton High School versus Braintree High School. Now let's meet the starting lineups. First, for visiting Milton. Number 4, senior Kate Kermicus. Number 5, sophomore Gretel Shuey. Number 6, sophomore Sadie Ruth. Number 8, sophomore Phoebe Panucci. Number 12, sophomore Victoria Lundeen. Number 15, sophomore Emily Drain. Number 16, junior Alana Pukel. Number 19, freshman Emily King. Number 21, freshman Allison Russo. Number 23, freshman Michaela Russo. And in goal, number 00, junior Christina McNulty. And now for the starting lineups for Braintree. Number 2, senior Amaya Howell. Number 7, junior Chloe McGinty. Number 8, senior Kira Horan. Number 9, sophomore Riley Burke. Number 10, sophomore Erin Kelly. Number 11, senior Allie Mello. Number 15, sophomore Kiana O'Sullivan. Number 17, junior Ella Bugner. Number 20, junior Emma Vanderslice. Number 23, junior Allie York. And in goal, number 0, junior Jackie McGonigal. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the singing of our national anthem from our very own senior soccer player, Nina DeRusso.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Hello and welcome to Alumni Stadium for today's live stream broadcast of Braintree Varsity Soccer, and it'll be Braintree and Milton here today on BCAM TV. Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin here on the call, and Braintree looking to pick up a win here at home. They had a tie against Walpole in their last game here at home and trying to get in the win column here in another Bay State Conference matchup. Justin, what are you expecting to see here today between two teams that know each other pretty well?
Well, they know each other pretty well, so hopefully come out fast, get some points on the board early always helps, and obviously time of possession always a big thing in any sport. So dominate the time of possession, get shots on net, and you're usually in a good spot.
So a couple of changes in the Braintree starting lineup from the last game that we did here. There'll be a handful of more of the upperclassmen starting here today. Of course, no change in net. McGonigal for Braintree in goal. It'll be McNulty on the other side for Milton in their goal. As we get ready for the start of the ball game, Braintree will possess first. Must have won the coin toss and decided to take the ball. And we are underway here in the opening 40 minutes of the ball game. Braintree in their home blue uniforms as it's played into the Milton end. Cleared towards the sidelines as Braintree looking to pin him in deep. Kept alive by the right foot of Braintree's number 17, Bugner. As Milton works it over the midfield mark for the first time as we continue to go back and forth. Braintree will possess. Not a ton of possession for either side right now, sustained.
A lot of back and forth.
Braintree right now looking to make a couple of consecutive passes, but again, it's cleared back up as Milton just trying to punt the ball into the Braintree end as we have our first throw into the ball game going Milton's way.
Number 8 for Braintree had a chance to intercept that there, get in the way.
As that one goes out of bounds, and it will be our first goal kick. So, slow start by both teams, but we're only just a minute in, so both sides trying to feel out each other's pressure. Braintree trying to, again, get that win here today. They've played some solid games, just haven't been able to string it together for the full 80 minutes, as it's played up the field, and now a chance for Braintree's Howell looking to track it down. It's played out of bounds.
Tough play for her there. Jump start by Milton. Tough run. Found a hole, nobody there. Actually got through 2 defenders there, just nobody home.
This one will be cleared out as it bounces over midfield. And now settled down by Mello, kept alive by the Wildcats, who again working into the Braintree end. This will be a tough play for the defense as O'Sullivan plays it out of bounds, and the signal for a corner kick.
Couple of those early.
So this is the opportunity for Milton as they bring quite a few jerseys up there trying to make a play here early in the game with 37 and a half left in the first half. As this one will be sent in towards the back part of the goal and out in front. Braintree able to keep it out for the moment as it's kept alive, and then a handball is called on Milton, so Braintree catches a big break inside the box. Milton really had a great opportunity as Braintree couldn't head it away.
Big opportunity. Couldn't ask for much of a better kick there. Right in the corner. Had a chance. Goaltender McGonigal went down, but made the play.
Not that that should have been a goal, but that's one Milton really deserved better from. If you're the coach, expect a quality shot at least. There really wasn't a great shot on goal.
If you keep getting those shots, one's bound to fall, though. So you take that. You take, especially this early in the game. Not even 5 minutes in, you already have a great opportunity like that.
Very rarely do you see a game start, especially in soccer, where you see a goal in the first 5 or 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Up the field again. This is going to be the keeper who cannot pick it up. Oh, that's a dangerous giveaway, but Braintree wasn't first to it.
And that's the big thing. If you can get a goal early, you can just play cat and mouse, keep the ball away, chew some clock. I mean, I know it's a lot of clock to chew. 80 minutes.
Depends on the style of the coach, I guess.
Yeah.
Some coaches do go into a little bit of a defensive shell.
Right.
You see it in any sport, really, where once you get the lead, you try and just run the clock and give them as few opportunities as possible.
When you think about it, you got games that finish 1-0. And if that goal comes in the first 5 minutes, you just go back and forth. You know, I know we're only 4 minutes in here, but you see they keep going back and forth. Keep the ball away from your net, and you'll be in good shape, especially if you get on an early lead.
Braintree certainly had some fireworks in the last game. It was a couple of goals in the final 10 minutes. So Braintree went ahead 2-1, and then Walpole tying the score late. But you don't see that very often, where you see goals that many goals late in the game like that. Teams generally don't want to make that mistake, but both sides actually getting opportunities to win the game in the final minutes as well of that game. So we'll see how this one shakes out for Braintree as it's thrown in, and that'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. So pretty good start by both teams. Both sides have had some looks, obviously none better than the opportunity off the corner kick for Milton.
Good play. Can't do that. Can't do
not.
that. Well, that's what they do on Friday nights. I mean, that was a full extension tackle.
So Braintree will get a free kick just outside of the penalty box.
Good opportunity here. See if they can capitalize on it.
So this is right around the 10-yard line as Braintree will send it towards the goal, but too high. Trying on that attempt was Horan. Pretty good idea. The execution obviously not underneath that crossbar, but that really was the right option.
Right.
You see a lot of players go right at the goal.
Try to go over the goaltender's head. You know, that's a tough jump.
That is.
You know, it doesn't look it from here or our viewpoint, or for the viewers at home, it looks like it's like, you know, you can jump up there and touch it. That's a tough jump. That's higher than it looks.
There's Horn now, looking to dump it right back in. Finds McGinty, who actually redirects it on goal. Nice idea, but again, the goalie able to make the play.
It's been busy. Both of them have been.
So McNulty again, making the stop. Pretty creative idea from the Braintree junior. As Howell now, looking to spring the forwards.
Good pass.
Played back to McGinty, who feeds Mello, working it down the left side. Between the legs of the defender and back to McGinty, who looks to boot it with the left foot. Cleared to the perimeter, and again, another throw-in. Braintree certainly starting to earn that time of possession. They've had the ball quite a bit here in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
So we talked about at the beginning. Keep it in the Milton zone. You have more opportunities you have, you know, better chance you have to win.
Played back out as this one towards the midfield mark. As O'Sullivan back to slow it down. York now on the far side. As this one stays in bounds.
It's a dangerous play by the defender coming up there.
Cleared back out. I think one thing I want to focus on if I'm Braintree, I think you need a better communication on that back line. We saw a couple of risky plays between the goalie and the defense in the last game we did here against Walpole. That's something that Braintree hopefully has fixed through some practices, and I'd like to see some more vocal leadership in the back line.
And you look down the line here, a lot of seniors. So there should be, looking down the roster here, there should be some good communication, assuming these girls have been playing together for a little while now.
And that was exactly what you saw there. A very aggressive Braintree goalie McGonigal coming out to make that save. So that's really what you want to see. You want to see aggression, but controlled. That's a lot of people don't understand the difference between that. It's not go after the ball every time it comes in towards you. It's making the right choice at the right time, but you have to be decisive when you make the decision, especially in soccer. Once you go for it, you got to go 100%.
You know, in most sports, and specifically in soccer, I mean, you know, one mistake can really end a game. You know, especially when games are finishing 2-0, 1-0. Such low-scoring games, it's like one mistake, being over-aggressive, whatever it may be, being too passive even. You know, that could really...
That could hurt.
That can hurt.
Low kick on the free kick. Horn with a nice over-the-shoulder kick. And now springing the forwards. As again, it's Howell looking to get to it. Takes a Braintree bounce as Howell plays it back to the midfield.
Howell's been quick on the attack.
Now trying to switch fields. Oh, it gets by everybody. Out in the intended player was Aaron Kelly, who was trying to get that ball, and I don't think anybody expected the ball to find its way through both defenders, but Braintree caught a break and Milton caught a break because the ball went through everybody, which was the goalie. As Horn now will work it up the field down the right sideline, looking for a shot. This one towards the goal with the goalie well off her mark and able to track it down before McGinty gets to it for Braintree.
Right idea, try to pin it deep. Maybe not even necessarily a shot, just trying to set up some offense down closer to the net. You know, when you're on that near sideline, or the far sideline, it's tough to work that ball back inside. Take a shot, take a chance. If not, try to set up some offense inside.
Trap down. And Braintree now working it down the near side. Vanderslice made that play on the Braintree defense. You don't see a ton of players forward for Milton if you're looking at the field right now. Lots of blue jerseys back there as Braintree packs it in defensively. Out of bounds for a throw-in for Milton.
Good defense right there to make the play. Take it right back.
So
Pass a
Braintree
little bit
do with it.
behind. That pass is in stride. Ooh, can't have that.
Little overrun by the midfield as it goes out, and another Braintree throw. So getting all the calls to go their way early in this game as head coach Panteri trying to get his team on the scoreboard. We'll see our first substitutions at the next whistle.
See, they're working the sidelines, so that's what happens. And you work those sidelines. They get kicked out. Milton kicks out of bounds. You get a ball, get to throw it in.
As long as you get somebody to shag the balls down there after it goes out of bounds.
See a little man right there running hard, going to make the play.
Gotta have somebody helping out at this level.
There's a couple of kids I see.
Yep, one on each side.
Yeah. I think there's actually two on each side.
I think they usually
they're moving
use
with the
soccer
ball.
players a lot of the times.
Yes, that's what it looks like.
As this one worked towards goal, and McGonigal will gobble this one up.
Good way to get them involved with the upper program.
Right, and certainly to see the
See
high
what it's
school
like.
level.
Yeah, and I bet you they love it. Exciting for them.
Certainly have plenty of energy. Good way to use it, right?
Oh yeah. Parents must love it. They must sleep nice at night. Use up all the energy.
Work down the far side of the field. Looking for a cross now is Kelly, and it was deflected. That's going to be a corner kick for Braintree.
Good speed by the Milton defender. Braintree tried to beat him on the outside, working the sideline. Defender cut it off quickly. It's a good play.
And now it gives Braintree a chance for those substitutions. Also gives them a chance to kind of talk about what play they want to run here. So many opportunities here off of corners where you see different strategies. A lot of teams either go short with the ball or towards that back post, which is what we saw the last time for Milton. We'll see how Braintree executes. Braintree going to the middle of the box, finds the open player. It's Mello, and Mello can't get the shot off.
Took a bad bounce there. Bounced up a couple feet high.
Got to be ready to shoot right now if you're Braintree. There's no bad chance for a shot here, as the shot attempt was blocked. Trickles back for Horn. Horn gets the return pass. Now back to Mello, who's going to let it go. And again, it's blocked. So 2 consecutive blocks by the defense, and now Milton 1-on-3 up the field.
So now they're going to try to work it. They thought they were going to try to work it to that corner. They slowed it down, try to find some attackers. There they are.
Keeping the offense on side, but it's too far. Probably would have been a better idea to wait for some reinforcements. What's the likelihood you're going to beat the Braintree defense 1-on-3?
I think that's what they try to do. I thought they were going to try to work it in the corner, try to kick it out to an attacker, cutting down the middle. I don't think anyone was really even close.
No.
I didn't really see anyone in the area, and that's what goes back, like you said earlier, the type of formation they're in. It's just how that's kind of the holes in it. There's a hole in every formation.
Looked like that was number 12, Victoria Lundeen, who had probably the best chance on that rush for them. Coming back. Oh, the goalie way out of her net again. Braintree has the net empty, but can't get the shot off.
Great defense by 21 for Milton.
Erin Kelly trying to get the shot for Braintree. Little suspect play there in goal. That's what I talked about earlier, Justin. Talk about being aggressive in the goal. That's too aggressive.
Too aggressive. Like, what, almost 12 yards out of the net?
At least. And
Take
once
it
that
right
ball
over.
was blocked away, I mean, if Braintree could have gotten free control, I mean, you had the whole net to shoot at, and it really wouldn't have been a hard shot either.
That was Allison Russo for Milton with the good defensive play. Might have saved him a goal.
They've blocked a handful of shots. You got to give the defense for Milton credit.
Good defense from both sides. Milton's certainly been a little more active on
Right.
defense, but
Yeah,
that's a good thing for the Braintree attackers.
Braintree's
Keep
had the
it
better
over
of the opportunities. Oh, that went off the defender as it trickles free to McGinty, who has some
Friendly fire.
room. Cuts it back. Oh, nice defense cut away, but it is another corner kick. That was number 23 for Milton, Michaela Russo. Looks like they have 2 sisters on the team, Allison and Michaela. Both, ironically enough, I believe on defense too, because you had just mentioned 21 making the play. That was the two sisters back-to-back plays on defense.
Two freshmen.
Wow. So I guess twins.
Twins. That according to the roster here.
We just go by the paperwork, right?
Yep.
Here is the opportunity for the header, and it's just gone wide.
It's another one, though. You keep getting those opportunities, one is bound to fall. So you keep up the attack. Keep the foot on the gas for Braintree right now.
Also see a lot of balls just deflected off a weird angle and just kind of, whether it's an own goal or hits a leg, a weird spot in front of the goal and goes in. So very similar to hockey. It's just you pack everybody in front and hope it hits a player and goes in.
It's taking a lot of weird bounces today. Bouncing a little high.
Weather conditions not a problem here today, though.
No. Thought it would be?
No, it looked like rain was in the
Looked like
forecast,
good.
but I haven't seen any wind.
No.
Really.
Nice little gusts.
Soccer can be really tough to play in wind. You see 20, 30 mile an hour gusts and the ball just goes nowhere. It's like a window or a door and just shuts it down.
It's got to be on my Mount Rushmore of least favorite things is wind. It affects everything.
I think snow's on that list for
Snow.
me. I don't mind the wind as much.
I think just, it could be like 50 degrees, and if it's windy, it's just miserable. It's just totally miserable.
Especially when you get the breeze from the lake here, too.
Oh, yeah. It's like a runway.
Oh, yeah.
Wide open, right down, right through the boat launch.
Deal with that more so when baseball's going on, but you do feel it over here, especially in the shadows.
I was thinking about that today when I was throwing on my rain jacket and thought we were going to be outside. It's nice to be up here in the booth. Thinking, sometimes even in the fall, it's like, wow, it is freezing, and we're doing games, and because of the wind right off the lake. I've said it a bunch of times here, well documented. I'm convinced this place has its own weather pattern.
Braintree looking to send this one to the middle of the field. Headed away by the defense. Kept in by Horan, who sends this one towards the goal, and again it stopped. So Milton's had to have some strong play in goal because they've continued to allow Braintree shot attempts. 23 minutes left here in the first half. Pretty entertaining half. Still no score.
Clean played, too. Just that one whistle on the push. It was Howell that got pushed.
We did see a handball, but that was deep in the Braintree end. Really wasn't a factor much on the play because Braintree would have had an attempt to clear, and looks like we're going to see a timeout on the field. Braintree will take it here with 22:49 left in the first half. No score. Braintree and Milton will take a break in the action, bring you back the rest of this first half in a scoreless game. Back here after the timeout, Braintree ready to throw it in. Kind of an interesting way to head that ball, although it was more like the midsection and redirecting it, but I was close to a handball, actually, the way it was redirected, as Braintree will get another throw on the far side of the field. Sometimes it's not about how pretty it looks, it's just about as long as it's effective.
Yep. I think that's the case in a lot of sports.
Well, I think somebody famous may have said something along those lines.
You?
Nope. Nope, it's you can't score if you don't take the shot. It's all about the number of opportunities.
That is true.
You pass them up, no chance to score. Not about effectiveness. It's about how many go into the net.
At the end of the day, it comes down to wins and losses. It doesn't need to be pretty all the time.
No, it doesn't.
You just need to win.
Well, that happens quite often in baseball.
Yeah.
How many times do you see a game, you outplayed the entire game and takes one home run, or even in the sport of soccer, you have the ball for 20 minutes of the game, the other team possesses for the other 60 minutes or whatever, and all of a sudden you get a penalty kick or a fluke bounce, and all of a sudden you win. So here's Braintree up the field, a chance for a goal, the shot, and a save. Couldn't have asked for a better chance there for Braintree as they had the best shot of this game.
Goes back to what we were just talking about, the opportunities. There's another one.
That was the best, the way Braintree executed that play. They worked it across the field and a very clean rush up the field this time.
Yeah.
In stride. I think that's
Quick,
the word.
too.
Yeah.
Got there quickly.
Looked like the Braintree offense had changed a little bit. Substitution that may have jump-started things.
Maybe something right out of the timeout.
It looked like Ranieri came onto the field, and she was, at the time, the eventual go-ahead scorer for Braintree, number 26 in blue. So we'll see if her role expands. She's a freshman, so getting some playing time. Obviously not starting, but getting some heavy minutes, especially in a big game. Every game early in the season is so big because you need to start strong in a very difficult Bay State conference.
Especially with two towns that, in sports don't really like each other.
More so in football, I think.
Yes, more so in football.
I was going to say the Thanksgiving rivalry.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if a lot of these girls play club soccer together, too. A lot of the times you see neighboring towns on the same team.
Especially now that AAU and club teams are such a big deal. So there's a lot more of them back now than there was back then. And, I think that is a good point. You see a lot of kids that recognize players from other towns. Maybe social media has something to do with that. But you see it more so now than you did years ago.
And I think it actually ups the level of competition because you don't want to lose to your friend.
Yeah. That's even a conversation in professional sports with the NBA. Look at guys and they're talking about AAU and that's why they want to play together. And it's, maybe that time comes to colleges too when it comes to players that are going to go to the next level, go D1, D2, whatever it may be. You got a friend or a teammate on another team that's got an offer from the same place, maybe you're more inclined to choose that one.
Not only that, but then if they do go to that school, maybe you check them, you go to the game, watch it, and say, is this for me? And,
Yeah.
lots of scouting that could go on in that.
It all comes down to chemistry, another big thing.
Sent in towards the box as Braintree looking for another shot attempt. Milton spent so much time here in this first half in their own end. What have they had, one shot in this game maybe? In the opening minute?
Yeah, it was off that corner kick.
Mello now looking to make the player miss. Some hand fighting going on. Mello between the legs. And now a nice pass in the middle of the field, kept alive by the play of Nugent. Nugent across to the other side to Ranieri. This is going to be a tough ball to keep in play. And able to do so nicely.
Got it. Good move there, too.
Looking for the cross and out of bounds for another corner kick. So again, the play of Ranieri really has been the story since coming in off the bench. She's made now a couple of plays happen. And now this opens the door for another Braintree corner kick. And it looks like number 4, Hannah Carr, going to go over and take it.
That's where their best opportunity of the day came.
So we saw Braintree last time go to the top of the box with the corner. I would expect a much different look here. Right towards the middle now. Header, and Horan just missed.
I don't think she got all that one on the corner.
No, it looked like it went off the side of the head and kind of redirected to the left. But now we'll see another corner on the other side. So Braintree didn't like what they saw the first time. They'll try it on the other corner. Or is it a throw? Oh, it is going to be a throw. Just outside the flag. You see the official changing the Braintree decision. Double deflection as Howell over the shoulder.
Good pass.
As the shot attempt, and it went just wide. Shot from out high from Nugent, as Braintree again with another quality look coming off of a set play.
Just dominating the opportunities. Dominating the shots on net, time of possession, all of it.
No question who's been the better team here in this first half. I think Milton's pretty happy right now to see a 0 on the scoreboard because very easily could have a goal or two for Braintree.
Quite a few, yeah.
Haven't seen a huge save, though, by either goalie at this point in the game, but Braintree's had the better of the chances.
McConnell had one earlier when she was down and hit it out.
Right. The defense really was the story there.
Right there, yeah, they were right in front of her, able to make a play.
Soccer's a sport where you have to be patient. It's not about striking whatever the first chance is. Sometimes just that extra carry, extra step, or extra 2 steps opens a better shot. But then at the same token, a lot of the times players are too patient and then they get the shot blocked, which you see quite often too. So it's kind of a fine line. You got to know when the right time is to hold on to the ball and when the right time is to release. But that comes with time and practice, and every team's different. Every team plays a different defense, which it makes it more difficult for an opponent to be like, okay, how am I going to get my shots here?
Like she might have stepped out there, but kept it in.
Middle of the field again. Horan, nice cutback. Space is there. Shot taken. And the goalie goes into a slide. A little premature, but does make the save.
Definitely look like she dove to the ground a little early.
If that took a bad bounce.
Right, and it's been bouncing high. And again, back to the timing.
Also, looking at the Milton attack, there's just one player forward. If you look at the ball right now where it is on the field, there's just one player there on Milton as they now get a second and a third developing on the left side as the Braintree defense kind of eluding.
Just went a little bit too deep there. They were trying to keep it right in front of the net. It just took a bad bounce, went a little deep, but they retained possession here.
Going to be a corner kick. So, really, Milton, who has not had anything to speak of for offense in the last 10, 15 minutes, gets an opportunity here at the corner, and Braintree very quickly takes care of that.
I don't know what they were trying to do there.
I think they were trying to go short with it and hope for a return pass, but execution certainly not there.
Well, they retained possession, but
Braintree looking to clear it out of their own end. Milton able to steal it, and this went in on goal. Easy stop. McGonigal will send it out with just 15 minutes left in the half. Oh, nice kick. As that one hit Howell on the way. Let's see if Braintree can get something going. That looked like a handball there. Middle of the field. Right up the field by DeRusso, who actually sung the national anthem before this game.
very, very well done by her. Very talented singer. I was impressed.
You see so many of the athletes also very good singers too.
Yeah.
You see them on down on the field. They're all dancing, singing down on the field, and it takes a lot of courage to come up and actually do that.
Especially right before your game.
Right.
You know, you get the butterflies usually for just a regular game, then you get on top of performing the national anthem. But very great job by her.
Well, if you have butterflies before the game, you don't have them after singing it.
Oh, yeah.
So Braintree will have another throw-in.
It's bad I never had a voice for singing. Or dancing, either. Don't have a knack for dancing, either. Just never, moved that way. You can do the robot, that's about it.
Everybody's got good dance moves when it comes to a wedding, though.
That's true. It's true. Believe it or not, I actually haven't been to a wedding.
Never?
Never.
Well, that'll change quick.
Yeah.
Once you start going to a couple weddings, they all add up.
When it rains, it pours.
Yep, I've been to 4 weddings this year, so
Lot
I've
of
had
fun.
my fair share. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And certainly when you have your own wedding, that's even more fun.
Yes. Got a little while for that one, though.
I'd say so. We're not showing our age up here, are we, Justin?
No, not us. Both Braintree High alums. I don't think it's hard to figure it out.
Little difference in years. Class of 2008.
2020 for me.
So good difference there.
Yeah.
Three full classes through. 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
As McGinty looking to keep the ball in play does. And it goes out of bounds. Nice job to jump over that ball. The defender trying to knock it off the Braintree foot.
Near the 12-minute mark here. A lot of good opportunities. Just haven't been able to put one home. Let's try to put one home before the half.
Oh, nice pass. Ranieri going to the other side. And the shot by Nugent goes wide. But that was a nice set play again.
You feel much better going into the half with a 1-goal lead. And then, like we talked about, it's only 40 minutes left after that. That's when you work the clock. And Braintree will have no problem doing that because Milton hasn't had a lot of opportunities.
No.
You put one home, they will not have problem moving the ball around, wasting some clock.
And I don't see Braintree as a team that's just going to kind of go into a defensive shell either. It looks like
No.
they're looking for offense at all costs. Tough play for the goalie as Braintree's Kelly coming in again, trying to make that one more difficult. As the player goes down for Milton, no call. It's going to be another throw. Been very few whistles in this game.
Clean game.
Clean
It's always
game,
a good
not
thing.
many fouls.
Keeps it
That's
moving.
really what you want to see.
Well, it's all about rhythm, too. You know, you never want to keep getting whistles because it kills your rhythm. Especially in a game like soccer. It's so much movement. Every play you're moving. Everyone's moving. Look, nobody's standing still. So you don't want to get your rhythm killed.
Kept alive by Braintree. This is Burke who has an opportunity for Braintree to carry it up the field. A lot of touches for Ranieri again, who goes to that far corner looking for the cross. It was cleared away, and another throw-in. Those ball boys on the far side doing a great job. There's 3 of them now over there on the far side.
Working hard. maybe get play a little football in between. I do want to throw a quick reminder. We are streaming this game on YouTube at BCAM TV, Comcast Channel 9, and Verizon Channel 28. Thank you for letting us be a part of your afternoon. Hopefully we're not boring you with the wedding talk and the dancing and learning more about us, Mike.
Well, those are all fun things.
Yeah.
I think everybody likes weddings.
Yeah.
I've never heard somebody that tells me that they don't want to go to a wedding.
Yeah.
The big thing is, did you make the guest list? That's
true. That's true.
That's the hard part. Because nowadays, weddings are so expensive, and it's like you really only want to invite certain people to a wedding, people that you really want a party or your special day. Sent down the field by Braintree, again looking for Kelly on that far side as it's pinballed out of bounds, and the signal is for a goal kick. So one of the rare times here in this half that Braintree doesn't get the bounce they were looking for, as we see another substitution by both teams, it looks like.
Braintree hasn't been afraid to go into their bench.
No.
They are, which is good. You get fresh legs.
Well, that's the big thing. You haven't really seen Milton do that much.
It's
so
a long game.
You wonder in the second half, does that exert itself?
Yeah.
Do you see a team very tired? I know you get the halftime break, but that's not that long of a break.
No, considering you're running for 40 minutes straight. And we were just talking about it. Not many whistles, so you're not having a lot of time to catch a breather. Good thing for Braintree. That's a good thing. Depth in every sport is a good thing. Especially so in sport like soccer when you're running around so much. In football, you don't necessarily see those substitutions as much. In baseball, you don't necessarily see them. But you need them. You need to have depth on the bench.
Braintree did take a timeout earlier in this half, but that set things up as this one towards goal, and a pretty easy stop as Gunning checking in for the first time, getting a foot on that one. This one bouncing towards the sideline and out of bounds off of Braintree here as Vanderslice getting a foot on the ball for the Wamps.
McNulty's been busy back there.
Very busy. She's happy to see the ball on the other side of the field right now.
Keep it back there.
I know as a goalie, whether it's hockey or soccer, a lot of the times people think, oh, you want the ball on the other side of the field. You really do want to get tested early in the game. And you don't want to have long periods. Like on the Braintree side, you haven't seen much in the direction of McGonigal, so you're out of rhythm. You're not only you're cold, but you're just not getting the opportunities. You're not staying involved in the game.
And you see them warming up for the first hour. They're kicking right at the goaltender. So for an hour straight, you're defending kicks. You're ready to go. You're all warmed up. Then you're sitting here not really getting opportunities. What has McGonigal made 2 stops here? Credit to her defense. It's always a good thing, but you definitely want to be tested, like you said.
I think that's kind of like the myth that they always talk about. It's like, what side are you on that? It's like, yeah, of course you want to get opportunities against you.
I think also you want to be part of the game.
Right. Well, that's the big part.
One thing being on the field, another part actually being part of the game.
Chance here now for the Braintree offense. Oh, they're going to call a foul there. I don't know about that.
I don't like that.
That looked like play on, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Player
I don't
went
like that.
down, whether it was on her own accord. I don't think there was a push.
I think they got tangled up going in stride there.
Right, yeah. That didn't look like a foul, in my opinion. But
no. The officials have been great.
Call.
They've been good.
They haven't made any mistakes. That was the first one that we could potentially question.
You know what? That wasn't even definitive.
Right.
I can't definitely say.
Could have gone either way, I guess. But
I'm always a big fan of the let them play.
Right. Well, it's not like we're taking the hometown call either.
No.
We're just calling it the way we see it. And like you said, play on. It wasn't a situation that the opportunity was taken away, as now Braintree again getting it over towards Ranieri, who is onside, gets the ball back. Just seems like every time the ball goes in her direction, something good happens.
Like a magnet. Finds its way to her.
Only a freshman, too, so only going to get better. As Carr now works it up the field for Braintree, looking for McGinty, who's got it on the right foot, sends it towards the goal, and just over the net. That looked like, from our angle, very difficult to read, and I think the goalie's heart skipped a few beats there. That ball was very difficult, and it was very high, too. It was a lollipop shot.
And you know what? It's that high, and it's coming down that slow. It's such a hard jump to time up, when you're going to jump. Because like we said earlier, that is a high jump. I don't know the exact dimensions, but I have tried to get up there, and I can get up there, but it takes me a little effort. It's another good play.
Chance for Braintree with the goalie again. Pretty far off the mark as Howell sent it just high and wide, as Braintree looking to score one late here in the final 6 minutes. Can't ask for better opportunities here the last 2 shot attempts. That was not an easy spot of the field for that last shot. Not the one that we just saw from Braintree, but the prior shot on the high lollipop shot from McGinty. Like I said, there's never a bad time for a shot.
Coach Pancheri's going to be happy with what he's seen here in the first half.
Oh, he's got to be thrilled, but the only thing that Braintree hasn't done is found one to the back of the goal. I mean, you've dominated so much here in this half, but not to have the lead, I think it's a little disappointing. As this one goes out, and it will be a throw deep in Milton territory.
It's a game of inches, and we've seen that. Quite a few.
So Milton throwing it in, Braintree coming away with the possession. Now work to the middle of the field, again looking for Howell, who's got a long way to go to get to that ball. And it's cleared out by the Milton defense. Far side of the field is Carr, who's shoved a couple times by the defender. You talk about letting him play. There was a couple of what could have been easy calls for the official with the forearm to the back. Would have opened a better opportunity for Braintree because he would have got a free kick instead of a throw-in.
I think the play on Howell earlier is deserving of a whistle.
Oh, yeah.
But for the most part, I mean, if it's kind of, if they're hand fighting, pushing and shoving.
As long as it's both
you gotta let
ways.
it go. Yeah. That one was just a kind of full extension
Right.
to the ground. I mean, you got to call that. But if you're getting tangled up with your feet, going one-on-one hand fighting, you got to let that go. Again, that's just me. Everyone's got their own philosophy. Some people are more by the book. I'm more like, let them play. Let the players play and kind of have the officials be there to make the calls, but not really dictate a part of the game.
So you certainly like a faster pace game
Yes,
then.
yes. Any game. I think it's good for every sport too. Most commonly in baseball, people talk about pitch clock. People don't want to sit and watch 3 hour, 3.5 hour games. You've got to keep it moving, especially in soccer where the game's already 80 minutes. You don't want all these stoppages. You want to see them keep going, and you want to see a fast rhythm.
Cleared back out. Braintree keeping the pressure on here. Late in the half, 3:45 left. Still scoreless. Howell gets thrown down.
Might have sold that one a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say that
Little
was
bit of
not
a flop?
that was not a penalty. All Braintree back here on defense as they will take the time. O'Sullivan with nobody within 10 yards. Looks to clear it up. Nice pass. Unfortunately, took a bad bounce in front of Bugner.
They can beat him there.
Up the field, it is Braintree's Horan. Horan cuts back, looking for somebody to pass it to. Takes it back the other way now. Looking to use her speed. Over towards McGinty, and a cross with the left foot. Here's Howell, open in front. Spinning shot, but didn't get much on it.
That's a tough play. She tries to get it towards the net. She's not going to get a lot of that because she might even hit that with her heel. She's facing the other way, try to kick it from behind the back. Would have been impressive.
Very difficult
But
to
that is
spin
a
around
tough
like that.
play. Defender right on her. Great defensive play.
She had to take the shot when she did, too, because
Yeah,
she took
nobody
an
was
extra
there.
second.
At least you get a shot on net.
Quality look. Obviously not enough velocity behind the shot, but
No. And that's a tough one. A shot she was even able to handle that. The way she was facing the other way. Like I said, it might have hit her heel when she kicked it.
here's Braintree again, looking to pin this one in the box. It takes a good bounce. Here's the shot from Horn. Score! Late in the first half as Braintree strikes with 2:15 left here in the first half, and you can kind of see this one coming from a mile away.
About time. It took a little while, and that's a big throw for Braintree. They've had the opportunities, none just finding the back of the net, and there it is. And that's huge. Go into the half, score late, go into the half with the 1-0 lead. It looks a lot better. You have some sort of compensation for what you've done in the first half in your well play.
Well, I'm sure Braintree knew that they were the better team here in the half, but they are thrilled, as I'm sure head coach Pantieri is, to get one here late in the half. Those are killers. To get one, give it one up
Absolutely.
in the final 2 minutes.
See, the clock stopped on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they
so
do.
that's not the official clock.
They do stop it at 2 minutes left in the half, and then the officials have the official time on their watches. So,
Makes it tough for us.
right,
So
we'll
under
just,
2 minutes.
We're going to say there's about a minute left.
And not many stoppages.
No, there hasn't been.
So there's not going to be much added time.
Howell very aggressive going in there, and Braintree's got an opportunity here late, Justin. This is not the end of this half, so
No.
Braintree could have one more quality look, maybe get a second one before the end of this half, but you don't want to waste too much time, though, if you're Braintree. I know this isn't going to kill the clock, but you do want to make something happen here, which is thrown right towards the box. Howell unfortunately was double teamed there as it
And
worked back to the
again.
sideline.
Good hustle by the kid right there. Getting the ball, he kicked it back on the field, though.
Got to get this one a little further. McGinty is open in the middle of the field, number 7 in blue.
25 wide open on the far left as well. See if they can find it.
Oh, there goes towards McGinty as it spins away. And Braintree looking to keep him in.
Good defensive play. Keep it there.
Got to keep the ball in, otherwise this half's probably going to come to a close very shortly.
Don't know if they'll get another shot on. Again, we don't know the time, but
There's not a ton left, but Braintree still has opportunity developing. Here's a chance for McGinty late, but too far. And McNault will very calmly slow things down. And taking her time, too.
Clock here.
Well, she knows that right now she's under siege.
Could be again here. Howell can beat it there.
Braintree gets the bounce. Horan, who's had a great half, as has Braintree's Howell, who again on the ground, doing a great job fighting in there. Pops free, Nugent looking for a shot, and it was blocked away, and now cleared away. Braintree just will not let Milton get the ball out. Now they do, as Milton trying to make something happen. Kept in bounds, but now it's out of bounds.
That was close. Signal Braintree ball.
Now the end of the half now, as the first half comes to a close. So Braintree with a phenomenal first half. They did get the goal late by Horan in the final 2 minutes. It was like 2:15 left on the clock when the goal was scored. So in the 38th minute of this first half, Braintree getting the first goal, and we don't know if we'll see another one, but the way Braintree's played, I wouldn't be surprised if they get a second, maybe even a third in the second half, because they've just dominated this play. How would you assess this first half for Braintree?
Couldn't have asked for much more. You know, you had tons of opportunity, dominated the time possession. Like we talked about at the beginning, you know, you needed to have the time possession, you needed to get the shots on goal, and they dominated in both areas. And that's usually a good recipe for success. So great first half, and now you can even change your strategy going into the second half. You know, do you want to waste more time? You know, do you want to pass the ball more? Like we said, play some cat and mouse, whatever it may be. But that's a great first half by Braintree, and they should be pretty proud going into the halftime here.
And on the Milton side, what kind of changes can they make? Because they got a lot of work to do here.
Well, they got to help their goaltender out. You got to help your goaltender out. Maybe even switch out what you're doing on offense, your formation. You know, you have one attacker. You got to get more out there. You got to get more shots on net. And right now they're not doing that. And you know, now you're down 1-0. You can't be passive anymore. You have to start to try to score. How to make something happen.
So we got 9 minutes left here on the clock, as we've seen about a minute already elapse off the clock in between halves. As the two sides will talk things over, we'll take a quick break, get some water, chat it up a little bit, and come back here for the second half. Thank you again for watching here on BCAM TV, our live stream broadcast. We'll be back for second half action right after this.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world, or that, you know, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team. If we all show up together, that's what it's all about.
I was a part of helping to build what it is today.
I'm really lucky to get to be a part of that legacy.
Just that simple act that takes, you know, 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
You guys keep doing what you're doing. It's something special.
Get up and try something. Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
Welcome back to Alumni Stadium, getting ready for second half action. Milton will possess here to begin the second half. Mike Wassel and Justin Turpin here on the call for BCAM TV, as again, we stream live here on BCAM on YouTube. as well as on Verizon and Comcast. 9 and 28. As Braintree works it into the Milton end. Call a lot of the Braintree names here in this game, but more so because they've had the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had the ball pretty much the entire half in the first half, and we'll see what they have in the second half. Shot on goal, and look at this,
Is that
Justin.
a new goaltender?
Yes,
Yes, it is.
I saw a new goalie warming at halftime. I don't know if it's by design or if they both play a half, but certainly it wasn't the goalie's fault that
Not
they
at
were
all.
down 1-0
Wow.
after half.
That's an Is she still on the field? Maybe she plays attack too. I don't know.
Maybe they wanted to put her on the field.
Maybe they need more offense trying to generate it. Put her there.
Well, we'll have to keep an eye out because we'll see if she's out there on the field. Maybe there is a player with a sweatshirt on down there on the field, which I believe might be her at the end of that bench. So, but we are going to see the goalkeeper, who is a senior, so that might be a reason why. The starting goalie was a junior. McGillivray is the goalie, I assume, who's in now, and actually is the captain, or one of the captains on the team. So
maybe it was the plan coming in.
Yeah.
Stick with it. Some coaches stick by that, and
Howell
tough step there.
Getting tangled up there. Certainly was no foul.
Nope, hit the back foot.
Braintree called for a foul.
Took a tumble.
So this will be a pretty busy venue here this week for Braintree sports. We'll see a home game here for girls soccer today, another one on Thursday. I believe track and field might have something tomorrow. And then Friday, another football game, third straight home game here at Alumni Stadium against Framingham.
It's a nice way to open the season. Three straight home games.
Got to make do with them, though. You got to win those games. Braintree 1-1 in the season for football. Certainly a winnable game against Framingham on Friday night. Down the field it goes.
Now, cross country, that'd be a good one to tell. We could get fun with that one. Streaming that one. Have you and I run behind them with like a tripod or something?
I've done some track and field.
Track and field, but cross country.
Cross country, I've not done.
That's a different one. I don't know if you
I've
could.
not done that.
We'd need like a drone.
I don't think you could. I mean, we'd have to be keeping up. I don't know if you could keep up, Justin.
You know what? Distance-wise, I can. It's just the speed. I got the stamina. That's no problem.
We have Jerry back in the studio. He's a runner.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he could certainly keep up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Wes is a tennis player. So we could have Wes run. He could get the tennis shoes on, try to keep up.
I'd like to see that.
Some handheld camera action.
It's all sorts of technology to do that.
That would be cool on a drone. Cross country on a drone.
Cleared out as towards the sideline. In towards goal, and McGonigal able to make the play. Headed forward by Braintree over the midfield mark, and here's McGinty going up the field. As McGinty looking to work by the last line of defense, and sends it towards the goal, and that is deflected for another corner kick. Again, Braintree starting off the second half the same way they played in the first half, dominating the play.
Pressure on. So it looks like they're not going to try to chew clock. They want points. That's a good thing early in the season.
I like the strategy, though. You really don't want to go into a defensive shell until the final 5 minutes.
No.
You play that way, that's completely against what you've done all game, and Milton hasn't done anything. I mean, why would you change it up?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Just deflected wide off the corner as Howell tangled up with the net there. So whatever the change was, it was probably predetermined by the Milton sideline, changing goalie. Certainly a disparity with height, a big difference in height between the starting goalie and now the backup who's in there. So we'll see if Braintree can get a few shots towards that goal.
Height not listed on the roster. Sometimes it is. But again,
I don't think we need the height.
No,
we can certainly tell.
see it.
Yeah.
I think my height junior year, I think I was listed at like 6'2".
Was it boasted a little bit?
A little bit. 6'2".
What are you, 6 feet?
If on a good day.
Yeah.
In heels, maybe.
Sounds like you've done that before, Justin.
5'10". That's what 5'10" on a good day. No, I didn't get the height.
Another corner kick. Is this one still loose? And is it another corner? No, it's a goal kick. So Braintree with 2 straight corners. Really nothing to speak of, though. Didn't really have a great execution there on that one. And it will be sent back out with 34.5 minutes remaining in this ball game. Braintree still holding on to the lead. The goal scored by Horn in the first half. The only goal of the game.
Good defensive play. Took a bad bounce right off the noggin.
And out of bounds. So it should be a Braintree throw. A lot of players that visit here at Braintree High School do not know which line is out of bounds. There's so many on the field, but it's the furthest line.
I mean, I can't blame them. I mean, there is a lot going on.
But that's part of, it's like in any sport, like especially baseball, where you have the ground rules before the game. You talk it over, both sides. The coach has to relay to the sides and tell you, what's in play, what's not.
The rules are pretty standard on the baseball field here. And look at here, you got lacrosse lines.
Cross, back post, and McGinty couldn't send it in, and somehow it finds its way home. And is that Horn? It is her second of the game, and Braintree getting a gift-wrapped goal as the celebration ends up knocking a player down there for Braintree. And
Little excited.
That was a weird bounce, but
I think she might have got a little help from the Milton defender as well. And that's the privilege. That's the perks of keeping the foot on the gas there, trying to score. Now you go up 2-0, and it helps your offense gain confidence. When you look down your scores maybe a little deeper into the season, you see you're beating teams 2-0, 2-1, whatever it may be. You're scoring multiple goals in the game. That certainly helps the offensive confidence. And it kind of makes teams a little more weary of you. You realize, teams look at the schedule and look at your results and see, this offense is no joke.
See a team score 2 goals, and now you wonder, are the floodgates going to open? That's in a sport like this, you got to take some chances, and if Milton does take some chances, there's a chance Braintree could score another goal or 2 before the end of this game.
Now you've got no reason to not try to keep scoring. Might as well.
Goal and an easy save by McGonigal. I have not seen too much change in strategy, though, from the first half translating over, other than in goal.
She's got a ton of hang time on those punts.
McGonigal, a multi-sport athlete here at Braintree High School, as are so many of the girls on the team. Plays hockey as well.
No days off, quite literally.
Nope.
Maybe Sundays.
We certainly saw her play quite a bit of hockey last year. Braintree hockey team very good a season ago. A lot of returning players. Mello picks it up for Braintree at midfield. And sent back down the field. McGinty again, who I thought was going to score that goal on the last one for Braintree. Had pretty much a lot of net to shoot at. Looked like the ball was deflected on the way. And another corner kick coming as Braintree looking to put the nail in the coffin here. As substitutions before the corner. And it's also a unique situation right now with Horn having 2 goals. A chance for her to get a hat trick, which very rarely happens.
Very rarely in soccer. It's a good observation.
Sent towards the goal, and it is headed very high, but not out of the area. Here is Horn, who gets the next touch. Still heading around, and out of bounds, and it will be a corner. A couple of Braintree players, you see them with the hands up, signaling that ball was out of bounds, but the referee on the far side was right in that line. He had a good view at it and makes the call. I think a lot of people also don't understand about the officiating. There's a head official, and then the other one's kind of like the assistant, where they don't necessarily make the call, and that's the head official on the far side.
It's a good kick, good opportunity.
Well, we're going to see another one. It's going to go back out for another corner.
Yeah, do it again.
I'd like to see Braintree get more from these corners, though. They haven't really had a great chance from one of these corners, and they've had so many. But you have so many opportunities. Try something different. Get a little creative here. You got a 2-goal lead.
Try to figure something out. Try to find an identity. Find out what works for you early in the season, in real time, with your starters as you're up 2-0. You don't want to fool around and get cute almost and try to figure out things that aren't going to work, that could backfire, help you blow the lead. But if it's something you work on in practice that you want to experiment on, that you don't think is going to hurt your team, why not go for it?
It's a good time to do it now as Braintree keeps the pressure on. Another shot to the back post and another save made. And Braintree not letting up. This is a team that continues to keep the foot on the gas, and that makes it very entertaining to watch. I think it makes it tough to watch as an opponent when you're seeing your team getting run off the field like Braintree's running off Milton right now. I know it's just a 2-0 game, but I don't see how you can really think of too many positive things from the Milton side right now. They just haven't had many opportunities.
The goaltending play was good in the first half, but other than that, nothing on offense, really not much on defense. I mean, Ruzo's been playing okay on defense, but other than that, it's all Braintree.
And it hasn't, like I said, it hasn't been either goalie's fault that have come in for Milton. It's just been Braintree's offense has just been too strong. And you haven't even seen Ranieri here in the second half for Braintree, who was so good in that first half, starting really the offense, and Horan, who scored both goals. So I'm impressed. Braintree's gone pretty deep into the roster. They've gotten good play here in this game. And it looks like Braintree's on their way to a victory here at home, which certainly is a welcome sight. And that's going to be a push on Milton. This will be a free kick coming in. I think it's going to be up around the 35, whereas Braintree's going to take the kick. As this will be Lauren Kelly. And it looks like Horan wants to take it. She says, I got 2 goals. Why not try this? I don't know if she can reach the goal from here, but she's going to send this one probably towards the back post on a run here. And look at McGinty on the far side,
Give her
maybe.
a shot at the hat trick.
Going in the direction of Mello, right in the middle of the field. She had a clean look at that, did not make contact with it, and McGinty ends up being offsides because of it. First offside of the game, which is a pretty popular call in soccer.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched a ton of soccer.
Comes 42 minutes into the game.
I know, crazy.
52, sorry.
52.
52 minutes. Well documented.
Math is not your
Not a
strong
math
suit.
guy. Not a math guy.
Sports, yes.
Sports, yeah. Sports guy, yeah. A stats guy, believe it or not, yeah. And that's a lot of math.
I was going to say, there's a lot of math involved with that. But you usually use a calculator for that, I think, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yep. Definitely cheat on that one. I even got to look up, the calculations, how to calculate batting average, whatever it may be. It's just never my strong suit.
So you're a numbers guy.
Numbers guy, not a math guy, yes.
I do like numbers. And I do like math.
The beautiful thing about numbers is they don't lie.
No, they do
They
not.
don't lie.
That's the proof. The proof is in the pudding, right?
That is about all the proof you need. When you're looking at sports and...
That's how you back up statements. Somebody wants to make a claim. Okay, well, where's your evidence?
And you're right when they just call you a nerd. Stats are for losers.
Middle of the field here is Milton for the first time in the game, really, with anything to speak of here on the offensive side, but still not able to get a shot off as a Braintree defender fell down, and that was dangerous.
Gonna make another substitution here.
Rare time that we've seen a Milton player come into the game.
She's been waiting there for a good couple minutes, too. Waiting for a dead ball.
We're gonna see him now.
Yeah, here she goes.
Both sides coming in.
She's got the orange penny.
Yeah, that's as the substitute.
Yep.
They put that on. You don't see that in the Braintree side.
It's like a baton.
Yes. That's a track and field thing, too.
It
baton,
is.
The baton handoff.
Those get exciting.
Yes, they do.
Track and field's very interesting. Javelin, trying to throw that thing. All about technique.
Middle of the field and a sliding save. Good play by the defense, as well as the goalie, of course, making the play. There's a lot of fun sports that I never got into growing up.
The one sport that I've actually, truthfully, never watched is swimming. But I think I would. I would like to see it.
Not even the Olympic swimming?
No. I'm not an Olympics guy.
A foul call.
It's just on at such weird times.
It is, but it does get, think about all the famous swimmers during the Olympics. Michael Phelps.
Michael Phelps.
All those gold medals.
I've seen majority of sports on television. Swimming's not one. I just
Talk about a workout. Swimming is probably one of the best workouts you can do.
I feel pretty good after hopping out the pool myself. More of a floater, though. I'm a floater. Give me a tube.
I don't think you're doing the same number of laps that they're doing.
Nope. I don't like to go underwater either.
Afraid of the swimmer's ear?
Oh yeah, that yes, that's one component. But I just I don't know. I don't see the benefit of it. I guess
You'd rather keep your hair dry.
Especially if I'm having a good hair day. I want to mess it up.
This one to the far side of the field.
Kid's been busy over there. Certainly earning those pennies. See, one of them's got the orange. The other one doesn't have it on.
Hoping they get a snack or something later. Maybe
I was
bag of
thinking that,
chips
but I don't think
or
the snack
something,
bar was
or
open.
Gatorade. Maybe they get a Gatorade from the team.
Get to break down the team.
Yeah. Why not?
Handshake line, maybe.
I think a lot of the times you see as Braintree with an opportunity here. Still loose, and it's cleared away. That was dangerous. Still in the area for Carr, who looks for a shot. Now works it to Ranieri, who gives it back. A lot of touches here for Braintree.
So you love to see ball movement. Any sport, big thing.
As it trickles out of bounds, and that goes out of bounds.
You know what sport's really good at getting the youth involved is hockey.
Yes.
They'll have them on before the game, have them skating around,
Skating
have them go
around.
through the warm-ups with the team. They actually even get introduced.
Right.
They get introduced, they
We
skate,
saw that a
skate out
handful
to
of
the,
times the last few seasons, and I think they call it the Wamp of the game or something.
Wamp of the game,
Yeah,
junior
or
Wamp or
junior
something,
Wamp,
future
something like
Wamp,
that.
something like that. But you know what always impressed me about that is how well they skate.
Oh.
I mean, coming from someone
And
that...
they're so small, too.
Yeah.
And they're good strides, and they have good shots,
Can
too.
you skate?
No.
No, neither can I.
That was never something I got into. My family never was into hockey. Don't get me wrong, I like watching hockey, but never playing it. I'd like to. I mean, if I could skate, I'm probably going to have to because I have a 1-year-old son now. At some point I'll have to teach him how to skate, although I can't. My wife can.
I do want to make it clear to the viewers watching us at home that I do have talents. Just dancing, skating, and maybe swimming aren't them. Floating, certainly one.
And this one's cleared to the far side of the field.
Good conversationalist. I always thought that was cool, though, before the game when they had the little kids out there.
Yeah.
I think it's something that every sport should, adopt.
And it gets a lot of kids to come to the game because you say, hey, I'm going to get a chance to go on the ice.
Yeah.
Come watch.
And for them, it's so cool. It makes them feel real special. When you're a young kid, get your name called out over the loudspeaker, under the lights, wherever it may be.
Played to the far side and out of bounds again. 22:50 left in this ball game. Braintree with a 2-0 lead.
Oh, good play. Good move.
Kept alive. Here's Ranieri up the field again. Trapped down by Horn. She's looking for that hat trick. I see her with a careful eye looking to make something happen as this went in on goal and kept out by the keeper. That was Riley Burke, who had a long run up the field looking to get to it.
Just a little bit too wide.
Looks like Braintree's made some changes up front, too. We haven't seen Burke up front. We saw Ranieri up there quite a bit, but she's played the ball quite a bit in the midfield position.
They're going to make a substitution here at the next whistle. Be number 19. It's Stones.
Stones coming in as well as Howell, who we've seen plenty of here in this game.
Howell's been working hard. She's going to get her a goal. She's hit the deck a couple times, too.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of times when you're undersized, you get out-muscled quite a bit, and she's not afraid to go, toe-to-toe with a lot of those
physical players.
And it takes a lot to keep getting up after getting knocked down, too.
I think physicality in sports is always a good thing. When it's allowed. Obviously, soccer, not necessarily a contact sport, but you can certainly be physical.
Cleared to the far side, another throw-in coming.
I don't think, that makes a defender uncomfortable.
Very.
When you're physical. They don't want to get banged up in a sport that's not necessarily contact. Basketball in the post, you're getting physical. Soccer here, it's always physicality is a big part, even though sometimes it's not necessarily legal by the rules of the sport.
Intimidation, a big factor in any sport. Make your defender second-guess things or kind of, I guess scared could even be the word.
Yeah.
Scared of what you may do.
It's going to be 3 substitutions here for Braintree, 1 for Milton. So, a few Milton substitutions we've seen this afternoon.
As this one goes out for a corner kick. The coach down there for Milton not happy that they're allowing substitutions on a corner kick, which I actually don't blame them because this is an advantage to Braintree. You're getting 3 players onto the field who are not tired. I mean, you don't have to give that substitution there. Milton goes short with it.
Ooh.
The player slips on the ball.
Glad she's all right.
Look like they're going to call that a handball, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Could have been a dangerous fall there.
Just stepped on the ball, which could have been an injury.
Yeah. That could happen. Lower body, you come down and hit your head.
I've had that happen, believe it or not. Step on the ball, yeah. Not hurt myself doing it, but just step on it. And it's a weird thing. You wouldn't think of it happening, but it does.
I think if I stepped on it, it might pop. It's tough to see that far sideline on the out of bounds.
Yeah, we have no idea on that side. We just
you get a better view from the booth here, but it's still so tough because it's that red line that's out of bounds, and you can't see that necessarily from here. You can really only see the yellow.
The only thing that really helps you is you kind of judge the football lines, end lines, and then you look at that bench down on that far side, and you're like, well, it's got to be right in front of that bench, so those are your 2 points.
So 5 yards from the football lines. From the end of the sideline, it's about 5 yards.
So go out for a throw-in.
Must be tough for officials, though. You have all these lines. We talked about it in the first half. You have lacrosse. You got field hockey. You've got soccer. You got football. You got all these lines. The only ones that are really quite distinctive are the football ones.
Right. Everybody knows where the boundaries are there.
Yeah, you can tell it so easily because it's so. There's really not much to it.
But it's great that they're able to use it for so many purposes, though. Here's a chance for Braintree.
It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look confusing. It looks like a nice field. It is a nice field.
Kept alive. Now it's out of bounds. This is DeRusso, fires it in for Braintree. 18 and a half left on the clock. This half's going by pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Braintree again getting a second goal early in the second half that has opened up a 2-goal lead, which is, in a lot of sports you would think, 2-0, that's not that big of a lead, but it does feel like a pretty big lead right now, doesn't it?
I think a lot of sports are evolving to a point where offense is the focal point. Even in baseball, you're seeing much more runs. Basketball, you're seeing, it used to be weird 10 years ago to see a team top 100 on a nightly basis. Now that's expected. It's expected. Like the over-under is now set for like 220. Football, what can we say about football?
50-plus points, yeah.
All scoring. Even games that are like 28-17, you're like, that was way more low scoring than I thought it would have been. And soccer is just one of the only sports now, and hockey. Soccer and hockey are really the only sports now that are left that, you're expecting a
defense.
2-1 game, 2-0 game. Maybe it's because the goaltender's there, but even in baseball, you see 2-1, you're like, that's low scoring. It's now looking like 5-4, whatever it may be.
Milton really needs to get something started if they want to have any chance to come back in this one.
Yeah.
Down by 2.
Clock is not their friend now.
Oh, nice move by Carr, who continues with it. That was a clinic there on defense. Bugner trying to clear that one out as it goes back towards goal and spins right into the hands of the Braintree goalie McGonigal. Keeper will send this one out. Just 17 minutes left in this ball game, and Braintree holding on to a 2-0 lead. Again, both goals scored by Horan. This one now to the corner for Ranieri, who keeps the ball in play. Now sent towards the post and cleared out, but middle of the field used, not generally where you want to clear as a coach, but it worked for Milton as they work it up the field. Trying to get it to their forwards as Braintree all the way back. Nice play by Vanderslice as the goalie will play it back out. McGonigal right back to Vanderslice as Braintree very nonchalant there, but that was very effective. You see the goalie and defense in sync like that. That's exactly what I wanted to see here today, and they've been there. Here's a chance for Ranieri, who will track this one down. Does go down. No contact.
Let him go. That's what we were talking about earlier. That's the one-on-one hand fighting. That's going to happen. That's a soccer play.
And Braintree offsides here. So we didn't see offsides in the first half. We've seen now 2 here in the second half, and that doesn't hurt Braintree at all because it just keeps the clock moving. Milton has shown some flashes of a little bit of offense here the last couple minutes, but right now not stringing together enough as we see both sides with substitutions again. 2 subs by Braintree, including Horan, who continues to search for that third goal. I'd love to see her get a hat trick. She's had a phenomenal game.
Stays in.
And she'll work it right down the sideline. Ranieri now will run it down. Howell needs to stay onside.
Almost hit her hand.
As this one deflects out of bounds off of Braintree. And more substitutions. Braintree is emptying the bench right now, it seems like.
Yeah, try to keep everyone healthy, get some of the younger players a look. You know, Milton's still going all in here, trying to make this a ball game. Under 15 to go here, 14 and a half left. Again, that time not official, but just a rough estimate.
Obviously a lot of time left, but I'm very impressed with Braintree's performance here today. This is a solid performance. And I had talked about, prior to the game, I was even talking right as the game started, just things that I wanted to see, and they've done them all.
Oh, yeah.
They've done all the things. They've capitalized. It took a little while in the first half to get that first goal, but once they broke the ice now, it seems like Braintree's had
and that's
a lot of
oftentimes
things
what
moving.
happens. I mean, very rarely are you going to see an 8-0 game
Right.
or whatever it may be. It just doesn't happen.
That's not a soccer game. You
No.
see an 8-0 game. That's not normal.
Yeah, that's a rout.
That's like you see a game in like football. You see a team score like 60 or 70 points. That shouldn't
Yeah.
happen. Well, at least not this level. Thrown in as Braintree now looking to track it down. Far corner. This is Stones.
Might be time for McGonigal to start thinking shutout here.
That's
13 and a half.
certainly something you think about as a goalie. Clean sheet. Spins back. Here's Horn. Horn cuts to the middle of the field and has it knock over towards Mello, who will work it back to the middle for Gunning. Gunning. And that deflects. Takes a good Braintree bounce. Over to Howell. Howell looking for that goal. Looks for the spinning shot. It was blocked. Find its way. Here's Horn again. Takes the shot and just missed. That was the chance for the hat trick right there, Justin. Just missed it wide left. With 12:50 clock moving, Braintree with another substitution.
Yeah, see if they empty the bench here. You know, you're in good shape. Try to get some different players a look. Get them some minutes.
And well deserved. I mean, clearly something happened at practice. The team just looks much stronger. I mean, obviously you have to remember, they've only been practicing for a couple weeks now. I mean, it's not like they've been half the season in and they're still, doing things that they shouldn't be doing. This team has come together very quickly, and now it's translating on the field.
It's where it all starts, right on the practice field.
That one goes wide, and another goal kick. I believe this is only the second year for the head coach Panteri for Braintree.
I believe you are correct with that, yes.
Does certainly have a lot of experience coaching high school soccer. I believe it was at Hingham where he was prior.
They look like a well-coached team today. Again, both teams, really, not many whistles. That's what you look for.
Clean. Haven't seen any injuries, which obviously is a good thing.
Yeah.
$11:40 remaining.
Another substitution.
Cleared forward by Braintree. Again, here comes Ranieri. Long run to get down to this one. Does keep the ball in play. Looking to return her own pass. Does get it. Takes the shot and deflects free, and Howell just off the outside of the goal, and that would have been pretty.
She was too far outside. The ball was actually past the side post there.
Head coach Panteri was hoping that one went in too, and I think he's right with you. I think he wants to see Howell get one because she's had such a good game. Got to give credit though to Ranieri there. That was all set up by her with a nice pass, and then she got her own return. Cleared up again as Vanderslice spins it out of bounds. Clock continuing to burn down with 10:40 left. Looked like an illegal throw there from Milton that they may have gotten away with. Here is Ranieri. And sent forward by the Wildcats, who trailed 2-0. As Braintree has got it going here in this game.
Another opportunity.
Howell with some space in front of her, trying to use her speed now.
Good defensive
and
closeout.
it's knocked out of bounds, and this will be another corner kick. Time to take your time, though, if you're Braintree. 10 minutes left on the clock, up 2-0. No reason to rush.
Oh.
Set things up. And again, this is the only thing that I want to see now is Braintree score off one of these corners. It's the last thing left to check off the list.
Yeah. Other than that, perfect.
Here is the corner kick. Mello, middle of the field, headed just wide, and guess who? It was Horn again who got the piece of that one. When you're hot right now, the ball just finds you.
It just finds you. Magnet, like we said.
So this will be cleared away by the keeper, as Braintree will keep the pressure on. 9:20 remaining, ball out of bounds for a throw-in. Well, this is certainly a way you want to start the week off, though.
Absolutely.
After the weekend, you start the week off fresh with the win here at home. Got another game on Thursday against Newton North. Love to do some home cooking here.
Get hot at home?
Yep. Football team will have their third straight home game as well. So, haven't seen many boys' home games, and that's an easy call. Foul on Milton. No dispute there. Player just ran over the defender.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Any sport.
Nope.
They call it a charge in basketball. They call it whatever you want to say.
Some would call that assault and battery. If it's that physical in basketball.
Could certainly warrant a technical or
Yep.
a flagrant foul. That's the unique thing about every sport. They all have their own quirks. You know, they all have their own rules, their own different things. As Braintree will get back to the ball. Here is Nugent working it down the near sideline as it goes out of bounds, and they will keep with the ball. And right now, Braintree has emptied the bench
Another huge
for substitutions. Talk about earning your time, too. You've worked hard in practice. Anybody wants to get a chance to get in the game, and we're going to see it now.
Under 8 minutes to go. See if they can score one more. I think more importantly, just keep Milton. I don't know what happened there. More importantly, keep Milton off the board. Looked like 22 was throwing it in, slipped.
Certainly looking to keep the ball moving forward if you're Braintree, as the ball will continue up the field. Braintree will have the throw. Another substitution here late. Might be the final one we see in this ball game. So Milton would love nothing more than to get one here late. As Braintree called for the foul, we'll see a free kick moving in.
Yeah, just try not to get blanked.
Well, you got to think about, this is a long season. I mean, you're obviously going to have some growing pains. You're going to have some tough games. But you need to find a way to find some positives. And if they were able to get one here late in this game, I mean, that's something that you could build off of.
Absolutely.
Play remains onside. Braintree obviously emptying the bench, but there's still just under 8 minutes left and now an offside on Milton. And that will end that chance. A lot of people don't understand what that means when the player's offside. But Braintree was really strong there. They pulled their defenders up a bit, and the defender just got behind the Braintree defense. Easy call for the official. And that takes away what would have been a decent chance, maybe. Good look at the net. As Braintree will clear it up. Goalie waiting for the ball to enter the area to pick it up. And, well, long run up the field for Colleen Joyce for Braintree, but couldn't get there in time. Oh, the clock has stopped. I didn't even realize the clock stopped.
I'm not sure why.
Maybe a malfunction with the clock. But, again, the officials have the time on the field. Makes it a little bit more difficult for us, but that's okay. I think Braintree is content right now to just let the clock drain.
There is a gentleman trying to work.
Oh, that was a handball on the defensive end that Milton got very lucky with that they didn't call. That would have been a penalty kick for Braintree, which more likely than not would have kept it 3-0. A lot of parents and a lot of other people don't understand that just because the clock's not running doesn't mean the officials don't know how much time's left.
Yes.
That is a common misperception. Like in basketball, it's not like the refs know how much time's left. So you do have to make sure the clock's moving in that sport. But this is not a sport where that, doesn't matter. Of course, you would like it to be running right now just to make sure it's in sync, but it's not top priority.
It shouldn't have stopped in the first place.
No.
So I'm not sure what happened.
Maybe the battery ran out. Here's a cross and sent towards the far line. Not really what you want to do there if you're Milton, is give the ball back to Braintree there, but of course does put him in a vulnerable spot. Braintree
Certainly getting
again.
a little more chilly as the afternoon's gone off.
Offside. Yes, we do still have the window open here in the booth, but it is getting close to maybe time to close, but with just a few minutes left, I think we'll be okay.
Poor Christine trembling down there. Cold, camera operator, doing a great job.
She did put the hood down, so she must be okay.
She stuck her hand in at halftime and said she felt it be warmer immediately in here.
Which I didn't
That
believe.
might have been an overreaction.
As this one goes in on goal, and another stop from the goalie, who's been busy here in the second half. Again, this change in net.
She's done a good job as well.
Yeah. Again, neither goal that really could have been prevented by the goalie.
And I think that on the goal that she allowed, didn't get much help from her defense, really at all.
No. It's been a struggle, though, for Milton in this game to not only create offense, but they've spent so much time in their own end. It's just impossible to do anything when you have the ball that far into your own end.
Well, it goes back to what we were talking about with opportunities, right? You're not going to get them if you don't have the ball. So if you want to make plays, you need the ball to do it, and they just haven't had the chance because they haven't had the ball.
Looking to see if I can get some sort of a time remaining from the officials. Sometimes they'll put out, or you'll hear them say, out loud to coaches how much time's left. I haven't seen that yet, but I would imagine only a couple more minutes. In a 2-0 game where Braintree's dominated it, I mean, there's no real reason to keep the game going if it doesn't need to be.
Lights coming on now, at least on the baseball field over there.
Well, they're going to need those. I don't know if that's the Bandits playing over there, the Braintree Bandits.
This will be just a practice.
The Geese are having fun out there, out in center field.
That's also my Mount Rushmore of hated things, geese. Oh, those things are the worst. Ooh. That's going to leave a mark.
Middle of the field, where Braintree will be first to it. Into the defense, who again plays it to the perimeter. And Braintree now in no hurry at all. They'll take their time and throw this one in. A lot more walking around here late in this game.
Yeah, I think it's when, I think Milton knows the game's in the wraps. And I think Braintree knows they're on their way to a win here, just trying to keep the shutout alive. So you try to keep it in your zone, in the Milton zone, but take your time with it. You don't want to get too lazy here and let them get a fast break and get a chance to score one. Especially after going all this time with the shutout. You want that. You want to keep the score 2-0.
I was going to say, think about how much more satisfying, not only as a player but as a coach, to win 2-0.
Yeah.
It means so much more than a 2-1 win. And it also sounds different, too. You say, oh, we won 2-1. Well, was it close?
Right.
No, not really, but still, it sounds better when you say, I won 2-0. As Braintree, maybe they have one more chance left in them here late in this ball game. Seems like Braintree certainly, not that they haven't taken their opportunities here late in the half, but they haven't really sprung too many offensive opportunities.
It's this near official to us here that has the clock. He keeps looking down on his wrist, so got to be only a couple more seconds, I'd assume.
Goalie will
right
send
at
it
the
out.
50. You can see him at the bottom of the screen there to the left.
Missed kick there by Braintree. As Milton sending it to the far side, looking to make something happen here late. And Mello still in this ball game, clears it ahead. And now looking to make something happen is Ella O'Doherty into the game for Braintree. Here's Mello. Mello with the cross. Player taken down. Easily could have been a penalty. They're going to let him play on here late, and it's sent over the net. And it's in a 3-0 game, 4-0, 2-0, whatever, like, still should have been called.
Should have been called. I think that's one where, that's by the book. You got to call that one.
That,
but, well, and you were right. Just heard somebody just yell up to us, the battery's dead on the scoreboard, so...
I don't know why they care so much.
Everyone knows the score.
Yep.
We know there's a couple more minutes left.
Well, you also wonder, maybe people are just hoping the game ends quicker.
Yeah.
It'll be over very soon. Let's put it that way.
I bet you the people at home watching us here aren't complaining. Get to hear more of us.
Well, maybe they are. Who knows?
No. They love it.
I don't know. They're hearing quite the banter here today.
They are.
They're learning a lot about your strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. There's going to be plenty of us, so...
Towards goal, and this one kept out. I can't imagine much more time left now.
No. And it's like I said, this near official right here at the 50 is the one that just kind of kept looking at his watch, but this is all the added time, which there shouldn't be much.
Milton looking to throw it in, but I think 1 minute. 1 minute was the signal to the coach for Milton, so we'll keep track of that now. That'll be pretty easy to keep an eye on. That's a handball on Braintree, but it goes out of bounds anyway. Not a great throw from Milton.
Tough go with the throw-ins Milton has.
Didn't go very far either.
No.
Went directly into the ground, which doesn't give you a chance really to make a play on it. Deep in their own end.
It's like skipping rocks.
Funny enough, now the clock's completely off.
Yeah.
So the battery died, and they got to charge it up for the next game. They'll have another home game here on Thursday, and of course football Friday. So they got to get those batteries ready to go for the end of this week.
What are those? AAA? No, it can't be AAA.
No, they're
big.
What kind of batteries?
Big battery.
The big, yeah, the big.
Yeah.
You got to charge those for a while too.
Oh.
It's like a cell phone now. They take a while to charge. They're big.
Yeah, it's wireless too. I would assume.
Like a cube too. The battery kind of looks like. I'm sure it really does hold the charge quite a bit, though, when they are fully charged. And that'll do it here today at Alumni Stadium as Braintree celebrates on the way onto the field. And from start to finish, this was all Braintree. I don't really think you can sum it up any way differently, as Braintree gets both of their goals from Horan today, number 8, as she scores twice, including the end of the first half with 2 minutes remaining, and then a couple minutes into the second half. And Justin, clean sheet from McGonigal. She didn't have to do a ton, but was good when needed. What was your assessment today with a quality win for Braintree?
Great game, A to B. All the way through, great game. Great game. Couldn't ask for a better one if you're a head coach of Braintree.
Offense, defense,
corner kicks was the only one, and like you alluded to, but other than that, you can work on.
They got chances. I mean, there's certainly things, like you said, you win a game, as a good coach would say, we still have things to work on. You hear it from Bill Belichick. You hear it from any good coach. You say, hey, we won.
Absolutely.
But were there things that you can work on? Of course.
Yes. There's always room for improvement, but this was a great game by Braintree, and they should be proud of themselves for this.
So that will conclude our coverage. I already talked about the scoring recap. 2 goals for Horan, for Braintree. Clean sheet for McGonigal. Braintree with the victory here today at home. 2 points against the Milton Wildcats. Again, thank you for watching here as we stream our game live here on BCAM TV as our coverage ends. On behalf of our camera person here today, Christine Patterson, my partner here today, Justin Turpin, I'm Mike Wassel. We'll see you next time.